There is a country you have to see to believe, where the massive Andes Mountains crash into the impenetrable rainforests of the Amazon. A land wrapped in 10,000 years of history. Diverse, exquisite, fascinating. This is Peru. South America's most beautiful country is also a region of great potential and excellent conditions for business. A developing air of competitiveness is rising as Peru enters the global marketplace, boosted by some of the most ambitious people in the continent. 30 million people. How can a country scarred by civil war and political protest have a solid macroeconomic equilibrium? And how can the free trade agreement with the United States take Peru's relationship with the world's largest economy further? A land of opportunity. This is Peru. Peru is a nation on the threshold of change. Coming forth from decades of corrupt governments, instability, and protest, the Andean country is now seen by the world as an economic power in Latin America. In 2008, Peru's GDP increased by 9.8% despite the international crisis. The positive economic expectations for Peru in the coming years are based mainly on the public and private investments and to the increased confidence of foreign and domestic businesses. With a total area of almost 500,000 square miles, Peru is the third largest country in South America. It is divided into three distinct geographic regions: the coast, the Andes highlands, and the rainforest. The capital city is Lima. Former President Alan Garcia, who went into exile after a disastrous term, was elected president for the second time in 2006. While his popularity has dropped significantly over the past few years, Garcia has had some significant successes, mostly coming in the form of a rapid rise in foreign investments in mineral exploitation, along big jumps in the price of primary resources. Despite half of its population living below the poverty line, Peru's economic growth surpasses the global average.
We've been growing for the last 90 months, or maybe a little more, at the average rate of 6 to 7%, which is a very, very nice growth. And this is something that has been done with the Peruvian people together with the political leaders. This is very important because Peru now constitutes a very important country regarding the democratic values and the economic values in the region. And this has been very successful also for the Peruvian people, who is enjoying now a much better economic situation than in the past.
The United States is one of Peru's largest trading partners. In addition to a robust macroeconomic environment, the trade relationship between the United States and Peru is also boosted by improved market access conditions. On February 1st, 2009, the U.S.-Peru Trade Promotion Agreement entered into force, enhancing the overall commercial and investment climate by eliminating tariffs on many goods, accelerating the customs clearance process for U.S. imports, and strengthening protection on intellectual property rights.
Peru has implemented very strong investment promotion regulations, particularly when we were negotiating the free trade agreement. We made sure that these regulations and incentive programs were in place in order to attract investment once the free trade agreement was into implementation. This has attracted major investors coming from the region as well as from the US and Europe, and we look forward to increasing this participation in the years to come.
The free trade agreement is not only about trade, it's also about, let's say, environment issues, labor issues, investment issues, and we see the relation with the US not only in terms of dollars, but as a whole. And we think, and we heard from the US authorities that the free trade agreement with Peru is one of the best free trade agreements that the US have signed. And we are in some way a role model for them.
Peru's efforts to broaden its trade relationships are not limited to enhancing its commercial ties with the United States. The Peruvian government is also in the process of negotiating trade agreements with Canada, China, the European Union, Singapore, and Australia. This confidence has been aided by a strong public-private sector partnership.
Actually, signing a free trade agreement is just the beginning of the show. The real challenge is how do we manage that our SMEs, small and medium enterprises, can enjoy these free trade agreements. And that's a very important part of the effort that every country should do. Of course, as Peru, we are developing this effort in a very strongly way for the 2010. The real challenge is how to take advantage of the free trade agreement, and what does this means also in terms of labor for the American people and for the Peruvian people.
Coming up next, a look at Peru's capital markets and its human capital.
For more information, visit www.us-television.tv.
Every woman dreams of beauty, of freedom, of independence. Here at Unique Yanbal, we help them make their dreams come true.
In Unique Yanbal, we celebrate women. We celebrate their dreams, their commitment, their desire to improve the destiny of their families and their happiness.
We believe in nurturing the unique individual inside every woman through state-of-the-art training in the Unique Yanbal direct sales world. Passion for quality, ultimate technology, and environmental responsibility are the guidelines that lead us to excellence. Our products range from fashionable jewelry to perfumes and cosmetics suited to different lifestyles and personalities. Competitive and prestigious, our products offer all women in several countries of Latin America a chance to improve themselves and their families. We give them the chance to become empowered entrepreneurs with unlimited possibilities to grow. Unique Yanbal, changing lives in a unique way.
We are the expert consultants for your human resource needs.
Our modern and innovative strategies will provide your business with the best people.
Knowledge, experience, success, resource. Lima, Peru's boisterous, aggressive capital. This is a place where money rules, with an alluring underlying energy. With its splendid architectural attractions, Lima Centro is very much a center of Limeños' daily life. This is where almost a third of the country's population live. Peru's capital markets are at an emergent stage. While banks are still the main financing source for the corporate sector, the capital market is showing good prospects in the context of favorable economic development and growing exports. The Lima Stock Exchange has been ranked some of the best performing in Latin America. Peru has financial and investment service companies that are innovative and at the same time prudent in managing risks to generate strategic allies. Such companies can offer a variety of products to cover financial requests from small and medium enterprise sectors, and can trade in the country not just through financial vehicles, but also in private projects.